Okay, so for tonight we're talking about Lesson 2, Intro to Trig Functions. Trig functions are ratios that used to find missing angles or sides in triangles. We will focus on 3 trig functions: sine, cosine, and tangent. When finding missing sides or angles, you will be required to label the sides of the triangle according to their relationship to a given angle. The sides will either be opposite if it does not touch the angle, adjacent if it is not the hypotenuse but touches the angle, or the hypotenuse. That is if it directly is across from the right angle. So first, we're going to identify the hypotenuse, then the other 2 sides will be easier to label. In trig functions, the variable theta, the Greek letter theta, is often used instead of x. Do not get in the habit of only looking for theta. Just look for whatever symbol is given, whatever angle is given. So for number 1, we're first going to identify our hypotenuse. So our hypotenuse is across from the right angle. Then we're going to see what side does not touch the angle that's given. Well, that's over here, so this is going to be the opposite side. And then the side that does touch the angle and that is not the hypotenuse is the adjacent side. So in this lesson, that is all we're doing. So for number 2, our hypotenuse is across from the right angle. Our opposite side is going to be across from the angle. It does not touch the angle that's given. And then our adjacent side is the side that does touch the angle but is not our hypotenuse. So our sides are 4, 3, and 5. For number 3, same thing. The side that is across is our hypotenuse. The angle that's given, we're going to look at the side that is across from it, which is our opposite. Then the side that touches the angle that's given but is not the hypotenuse is the adjacent. And then we just fill in our blanks. So our opposite was 5, our adjacent was 3, and our hypotenuse was square root of 34. For number 4, identify a hypotenuse. It's across always from the right angle. The angle that's given, realize it's a t now, not just theta or not just x. The side that is across from the given angle is our opposite, and the side that is touching the angle but is not a hypotenuse is our adjacent. And we just fill in our blanks. Now for 5. This one we're not going to have that many numbers, but we're still going to fill in what was given. So our angle is 46 degrees. We still have a 90-degree angle. So we're going to label our hypotenuse, which is 7. And if you need to, go ahead and put 7 under your blank. Now going back to the given angle, the opposite side is going to be our opposite, and the side that is touching the given angle but is not the hypotenuse is our adjacent side. So opposite was x, adjacent was y. Number 6, got our 90-degree angle. The opposite side, or the side across from the 90-degree angle, is our hypotenuse. Now we're actually given an angle, which is 30, just like number 5. So across from 30 degrees, we have our opposite side. The side that's touching our 30 degrees is our adjacent. The opposite was 7, adjacent was A, and our hypotenuse was just C. For 7, we've got our 90 degrees. So across from it is a hypotenuse. Our given angle is theta. So we're going to go across. We have our opposite side. The side that is touching our angle, that is not our hypotenuse, is our adjacent. And we substitute in our values for the blanks. So opposite was 7. Adjacent was 14 times the square root of 2. And our hypotenuse was 21. 8, we have a 90-degree angle. So our 5 is our hypotenuse. Our given angle is theta. So across theta, we've got 3, so this is our opposite. And then the side touching our theta is 4, so we have adjacent side of 4. So we write down all of our given information. And this will help us when we're actually trying to solve the trig functions.